for being here on a very short notice today. The information that I'm about to share with you, I'll just first of all be reading a prepared statement, and thereafter some technical details will be explained to you about the incident that we are talking about. And after that, if there are any questions, we'll be taking them on. On 9th of March 2022, at 18:43 hours, that is 6:43 p.m., a high-speed flying object was picked up inside Indian territory by Air Defense Operations Center of Pakistan Air Force. From its initial course, the object suddenly maneuvered towards Pakistani territory and violated Pakistan's airspace, ultimately falling near Mian Channu at 18:50 hours, that is 6:50 p.m. And when it fell, it also damaged some civilian property. Thankfully, no loss or injury to human life was caused. Pakistan Air Force continuously monitored the complete flight path of the flying object from its point of origin near Sirsa in India till its point of impact near Mian Channu. And Pakistan Air Force initiated requisite tactical actions in accordance with the SOPs. It is important to highlight that flight path of this object endangered many international and domestic passenger flights both in Indian and Pakistani airspace, as well as human life and property on ground. Whatever caused this incident to happen, it is for the Indians to explain. It nevertheless shows their disregard for aviation safety and reflects very poorly on their technological prowess and procedural efficiency. The incident could have resulted in a major aviation disaster as well as civilian casualties on ground. Pakistan strongly protests this flagrant violation and cautions against recurrence of any such incident in future. Now, I would like to call upon Air Vice Marshal Tariq Zia to explain the technical details of the incident. Sir.
Thank you, General Baba.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, gentlemen. I'll go over the details of the incident which happened yesterday. During our routine surveillance yesterday on the 9th of March at 18:43 hours, we picked up high-speed object close to Sirsa. The initial pickup was 104 kilometers inside the Indian territory from the closest part of the international border. This object was picked up at high altitude, which was around 40,000 feet, and it was traveling at speed in excess of Mach 2.5 and ultimately ending up at Mach 3. The initial course of this projectile was on a southwesterly heading, and it appeared to initially go towards the Mahajan field firing ranges, which is southwest of Suratgarh at this place. However, once it had traveled around 70 to 80 kilometers on this heading, it took a right track change while maintaining the same altitude and speeds and started to head northwest towards the Pakistani airspace. Pakistan Air Force air defense system had a solid and continuous tracking of this projectile right from its first pickup till it faded out, and I'll talk about it a little later. So on a northwesterly heading, this track crossed the international border into Pakistan, crossed over close to Ahmedabad, south of Bahawalpur, on the same parameters, and ultimately it faded out at the time of 1850 Pakistan Standard Time.